Hey, what's up, guys? So I've got this piece of hornstone here that I was working on yesterday. My last video, I chipped this piece out. So this is the first piece I'm starting on today. It's the next day, and I figured I'd film finishing it up. Probably do something early archaic out of it, like a Thebes, or I was gonna do a Snyder's, but it's getting kind of narrow for a Snyder's. I could still squeeze one out of there if I wanted to, but I think I want to do such a nice piece of rock, maybe a dovetail. Maybe we'll try to do a dovetail out of it. Kind of a wide one with a bigger base. That'd be cool. All right, so that's the plan. We've got it thinned down pretty good. Our balance is not bad. Still like to get a few thinning flakes in the base, tidy it up a little bit. I think I can get one more right in here to thin this out, or a couple more. And then after that, we'll like I said, thin the base and do some pressure work and go ahead and notch it. So this one shouldn't take too long. Famous last words. This is a copper bopper that I made when I first started napping. I found it in the garage, and I just used it a little bit when I first started, and then I hid it for myself, I guess. So I don't have one that's exactly this size, so I'm gonna use this thing and see how much better I can do with it now than I did last time I used it. Which is a lot better, I know. Already know. Because I can use support now and I'm more accurate. Okay, that took a little bit of it out of there. I'll take advantage of that little divot I put in the edge there to isolate two spots next to it. Now I can get one here and come back and get another good one right through here. So there's one. This is a really broad platform. It's really wide and broad. So what I'm going to do is just come over here, take a little one there, get rid of that bump that was there. Now I think what I'll do is bring it in from this side. I'll remove a little bit of material right in here just to kind of pinch that up a little bit. You see what that did? It's making it more narrow, more isolated. Now it's still really broad, but I think it'll go. I caught it kind of thin. Try that one again. Grind it back down to lower it, because when I hit it, it took that material away and raised that edge up, so I'm going to try to lower it back down. Now I've got a platform it looks much better for this tool. That big broad platform might have worked for something if I had something like this, or a hammerstone, but this smaller tool, you need kind of a more isolated platform. There we go. Now that did what I wanted it to. Okay, that's not too bad on this side. I think maybe I can get one right in here. Maybe even a couple more little ones up here. Okay, let's flip over. I'm gonna take a look here. Actually, let me tend to this base real quick. Well, I still have a little bit of mass up on the blade. A little bit of weight up here. Once it starts getting real thin, it's hard to get the flakes to come off the bottom. You're more likely to snap it, I should say. Just finish with some smaller flakes there. Just tidying up the edge. It's getting a little bit stacked up right here, so I'm going to try to run one in from the corner maybe. Get rid of that. I could probably get one up from the base. Take care of it. Go ahead and grind it up into here. That way if this one doesn't work, I can still come in from this side. But I've got it lowered, so I think I can catch that edge and run one right up in there. Right up in the bread basket. Left a little bit of a speed bump in there, but it got it. I'll probably clean in from this side and this corner. Raise that up a little bit. Got it. Nice and thin. Almost there. A little more. Isolate that a little bit. Try to get one right through here, and maybe a couple up here, and then I'm going to bevel and thin back across this way, and then we'll be ready to notch it. Catch it right in there. Maybe I can get this one first. Okay, that'll make it a little easier. Start thinning into that mass. I'm going for this platform here, but this bump here is kind of crowding me, so I'll just try to move that back a little bit. I think I can come in there and catch this platform. Hit a little bit back from where I wanted to. Let's see if I can just get rid of that little bump there. There we go. Ooh, you know what I've been wanting to make is a Decatur. A fractured base Decatur. That'd make a perfect one. This would make a perfect Decatur. We'll try to do that. They're a really neat point, and they're not super hard to notch. They're kind of tricky on the base, but you don't have to do the fractured base part. You can just notch it regular. There we go. That's getting those nice flat thinning flakes across this side. This right side of the point, when I'm looking at it, is going to be the flat side, and then this is going to be the beveled side. So it'll have a left-hand bevel on it. And if I do a Decatur, they'll kind of sweep in. It'll have incurvate edges, margins. It'll sweep down and be kind of bell-shaped. And then, well, you'll see. I'll show you the picture of it. I'll get the book. Something else that's really helped me recently is having those books to reference. I was going totally off of mental templates when I was making stuff before. Alright, I think one more through there. Catch it right in here. I think I can get it to go. It's not wanting to get through that little spot right there. It's been giving me trouble the whole time. Alright, so I think I'm close enough now. We can do some pressure work. Make sure I got my edges all thinned down. Trying to balance out my edges down here. Couple last minute thinning flakes in from the corners here. This edge feels like it's hanging down too low, so I'm going to raise it up. Still not wanting to go, but there it went. Kind of work my corner in here just to kind of match this other side. me get my book. There's a Decatur right there. This is looks like a clipped wing Decatur. They've got the barbs clipped off of it. But let's see if we can find it inside here. It's pretty cool. DC Waldorf signed these books. The door just opened up on its own. Oh! Do that. All right, Decatur fracture base points, page 47. There's one there. Okay. So let's try for something, you know, something kind of like this. Or this one. Or that one. So I'll basically just punch the ears, try to punch the ears up in, and then come in and I'll show you how to fracture that base off there. Okay, I'm just going to go around and do a little bit of pressure before I notch it. Take this in a little bit over here. A lot of these Decaturs were really thin. Might as well go make a trip all the way around it and tidy it up a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. I'm a punch here, we'll be in business. I just made this punch yesterday. I haven't used it yet. It's made out of bone. Thin it down a little bit more. Okay, so basically the notches just kind of tuck up in from the corners. And then we'll figure that base out. Try the old horseshoe nail. Oh man, broke it out of there. Didn't do what I wanted it to, that's for sure. You would think these tips are so fine that you wouldn't need to do that, but they flatten out and they get mushroomed out. And the contact area, the surface in there is actually too much. When you file it down, round it out, it just makes a smaller contact area in there. Man, maybe I turn them and keep going. They seem to be going in there pretty good. One more. Famous last words. Oh man, it did kind of take too much. I'm gonna get one more. See there? The platform was too high. It was above the center of mass too far when I took that flake, and it just took too much. I think I can still save it, but that's what gets me. When I have those big blowouts like that, that just ruins your notch. Sometimes you can bring it back. Yeah, that'll work. Not too bad. I have to open them up a little bit. This little on the bone. I don't know if I want to do a Decatur or not now. My notches are looking so good. Make a nice little dovetail. I know a couple people looking for a nice HornStone Dovetail. So maybe I should do that. Do like we were saying, make one with a big tail on it. Could just leave it like it is. But it'd look a whole lot better with a pretty old dovetail on the bottom of it. Watch it transform before your eyes. I don't like those real sharp, pointy edges. I'm not crazy about that. Yeah, I think we made a good call there doing a dovetail. The fractured base Decatur, all I would have did was chip this up into a little point in here. You make a little V in the bottom, and then you hook onto the outside there, and you pry directly out, and it cracks the edge off. It makes like a Buren flake that runs down and gives you that squared off fractured base. But yeah, I got a couple people wanting a dovetail out of HornStone, so that settles that. I don't know if they'll want this one or not, but I'd say they probably will. It's a little bit aggressive to do that with. I like to see that sticking out of the bank of the creek, out of a big dirt clod. All right, guys, we're getting close here. A little more pressure work. Maybe I'll put some serrations in it. There's symmetry kind of going crazy. Looks like I need to bring this edge in quite a bit. So take a few in this direction, then I'll turn it and go back. There it went. I normally wouldn't do a whole lot of pressure on this side. I usually kind of leave this right side just percussion, and then I'll do my pressure over here to bevel it, but I'm gonna do this one a little different. Getting better. Come on. There we go. And we're cooking. Sorry guys, I've had this TV going, I haven't even noticed it. Maybe you're learning about Neanderthals while we're flint napping. So I use this a little bit harder whitetail to kind of get my symmetry back in line. And then I'll go back and take my real small pressure flakes with the buffalo horn to touch it up. Yeah. It's just a sliver of buffalo horn. Probably need to dress it. Just come through here and do some nice pretty little pressure flakes. Clean this edge back up. This softer buffalo horn will grab the edge a little easier than the whitetail. It's really good at popping off small flakes and also good for shearing. I love it. It takes some getting used to, that's for sure. But it produces some really nice results. extremely hard to do this with copper. Straight in on the edge like this. These little tiny shearing flakes. Once you kind of get in the groove, it's kind of fun. Just go through and make sure they all pop off there nice and clean. Yeah, it's not too bad. The symmetry's still not there. Still not quite there. Which, on most of my stuff, I don't really push symmetry all that much because they tend to look more authentic when they're a little bit cattywampus sometimes. And if it's more than something they would have did, so a lot of times I'll just leave it. I think, though, if I run another set of pressure down this side here, be in business. So this side over here actually did end up preserving a lot of the big percussion scars here on this side, and then it's beveled on that side. This side I've got a little more pressure, but there we go. Beautiful. Look how pretty those flakes are. Beautiful. Come off there. Little fingernail hinge. There we go. Oh, should have been using it like this. Split my horn. I'll just go ahead and split this piece off and use this piece. Might be able to use that little sliver for notching too. So it does separate. This stuff's like laminated hairs, and it will come apart on you. So I think I should have been using it like this instead of like this. This. But anyhow, we're done with this bad boy. I am. So I will review this footage and hopefully everything's in frame. I'll go ahead and upload it. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one. Guess I give you a good look at the piece, right? Big bloody knuckle. All right, guys. See you on the next one.